And welcome back, everyone. It's 39 past the hour. Now, joining us this morning, we have Dr. Tim Hunt, who is America's favorite veterinarian. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome, Vicki.
Now, it's ironic. I've gone to you with my pets for years and years and years now. And how did you get nominated for this? I mean, I know, and a lot of people know how great you are. How did this come about?
Oh, a client of mine just sent a nomination into the National Committee. They were taking applications back in June, and it was one of 700 that got sent in, and then it went through another wave of evaluation via their expert panel, and it was down to a final 20, which then got passed on to me in late July, and I was honestly very surprised.
Yeah, I mean, and it was very cool. I know people around the Upper Peninsula really came behind you. Folks who are not familiar with your practice voted for you, and you really came out with a big win on that. Now, I have to ask, how did you get into wanting to be a veterinarian?
Oh, I think I was about 11 when I first decided that being a vet was going to be my calling. I also looked at other options. One was a meteorologist. Luckily, I did pick the right calling and did go down the veterinarian path. Instead, but I had a lot of pets when I was a kid, but never had a dog until I was 20. So as you know, with all the sled dog stuff I've done, I've really made up the difference over the years of not having those dogs when I was a kid. But no, from early on I knew I was going to be a vet. I started working in a vet clinic when I was 14 and never have looked back too much.
And one article actually compared you to James Herriot. Were you a fan?
Yeah, I read all his books. Every good vet should have read all their books, and many people that aren't veterinarians read his books as well.
You know, he really did harken back to a day and just really shared that love like you have of animals. You know, speaking of your work with the dogs, I understand you just did the trip up to Alaska. How did that go?
That went really well. So we did the spay-neuter clinics up the Kuskokwim River, which is in western Alaska. Last year I was able to start a veterinary program with someone else up in Alaska to serve some of these villages that just have no veterinary care at all. To try to do something about the overpopulation issues with all the stray dogs that run through and bite the kids and maul them and such. And so it went really well. We were able to, let's see, 71 procedures we did in a period of about 6 days.
That is really incredible. That's incredible. Now, you do run a team of dogs. How's that been going?
It's going good. We started training a few weeks ago. We've got our sights on a big race this year, and hopefully that'll turn out to be a good time in March. All
right. And I also know that you're very busy because you actually have your own line of cat and dog food, too. What inspired you to do that?
It was the sled dogs, actually. I started working with those dogs 20 years ago, and I didn't understand what nutrition meant to a dog. As a veterinarian, you don't know much about nutrition when you get out of school. I was no different. Working with the dogs, I started to see the importance of what proper nutrition did for these animals to get them to the finish line. And in doing so, we kind of developed a few things that we apply to the everyday dog, and then I decided, because there weren't foods out there like what I envisioned, decided to make my own.
Wow, well, and I'll tell you what, and it's things like that, your involvement with the community, with everybody's dogs and cats, you know, that really, I think, inspired people to not only nominate you, but to make you chosen America's favorite
This area is a special place. It really is. Marquette's amazing. How we outdid a veterinarian from Chicago or LA or Washington, D.C. in a small community of 20,000 people in Marquette. Thanks so much, Marquette.
It's awesome. All right, I want to thank you again for coming in, and congratulations again.
Thank you, Vicki.
America's favorite veterinarian. All right, Dr. Tim Hunt from Bayshore out in Harvey.